He who controls the spice controls the universe. Power over spice is power over all. Following the destruction of House Atreides by House Harkonnen, Princess Irulan, the daughter of Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV, journals about her father's betrayal of the Atreides. On Arrakis, also known as Dune, Stilgar's Fremen troops, including Paul Atreides and his pregnant Bene Gesserit mother, Lady Jessica, overcome a Harkonnen patrol. When Jessica and Paul reach Sietch Tabr, some Fremen suspect they are spies, while Stilgar and others see signs of the prophecy that a mother and son from the outer world will bring prosperity to Arrakis. Stilgar tells Jessica that she must succeed Sietch Tabr's dying Reverend Mother by drinking the water of life as sandworm's blood, a poison fatal for males. Her Bene Gesserit training allows Jessica to transmute and survive the poison, inheriting the memories of all the past Reverend Mothers. Still, the liquid also prematurely awakens the mind of her unborn daughter, Aaliyah, allowing Jessica to communicate with her. This will later foreshadow Aaliyah's story, for she is an abomination. Chani and her friend, Shishakli, correctly believe the prophecy was fabricated to manipulate the Fremen, but Chani begins to respect Paul after he declares that he only intends to fight alongside the Fremen, not to rule them. Paul and Chani fall in love as Paul immerses himself in Fremen culture, learning their language, becoming a Fedaykin fighter, riding a sandworm known as Shai Hulud, and raiding Harkonnen spice operations. Paul adopts the Fremen names Usul and Muad'Dib. At this point, his eyes has turned blue because of the spice. Due to the continuing spice raids, Baron Vladimir Harkonnen replaces his nephew Rabban as Arrakis' ruler, with his more cunning and psychopathic younger nephew, Feyd-Rautha. Lady Margot Fenring, a Bene Gesserit, is sent to evaluate Feyd-Rautha as a prospective Kwisatz Haderach, the powerful panoramic psychic being, and secure his genetic lineage. Jessica travels south to unite with Fremen fundamentalists who believe most strongly in the prophecy. Paul remains in the north, fearful that his visions of an apocalyptic holy war will come to pass if he goes south as a messiah. During a raid on a smuggler spice harvester, Paul reunites with Gurney Halleck, who leads Paul to the forbidden hidden atomic warhead stockpile of House Atreides. Feyd-Rautha unleashes a devastating attack on the northern Fremen, destroying Sietch Tabr, killing Shishakli, and forcing Paul and the survivors to journey south. Upon arrival, Paul drinks the water of life and falls into a coma. This angers Chani, but Jessica compels her to mix her tears with the liquid, which awakens Paul. Chani means desert water, this also fulfilling the prophecy of the Messiah, as he's supposed to be awakened by the desert water. Now possessing clairvoyance across space and time, Paul sees an adult Aaliyah on water-filled Arrakis. He also sees a singular path to victory among all possible futures, and that Jessica is Baron Harkonnen's daughter, which also makes him Harkonnen's grandson. Paul meets with the Southern Fremen War Council, galvanizing the crowd by demonstrating his ability to discern their deepest thoughts. He declares himself the Lisan al-Gaib and sends a challenge to Shaddam, who arrives on Arrakis with Irulan and the Sardaukar. As Shaddam chastises the Harkonnens for their failures, the Fremen launch an offensive, using atomics and sandworms to overpower the Sardaukar. Paul executes the Baron and captures Shaddam and his entourage. Meanwhile, Gurney leads an assault on Arrakeen, intercepting and killing Rabban. Paul challenges Shaddam for the throne, and to Chani's dismay, demands to marry Irulan. Previously summoned by the Baron, the Great Houses arrive in orbit, ready to invade the planet, but Paul threatens to destroy the spice fields with atomic weapons if they intervene. Feyd-Rautha volunteers to be Shaddam's champion to fight in a duel. According to the book, Feyd-Rautha is also endowed with a clairvoyance ability. However, Paul eventually kills him in the duel. Irulan agrees to Paul's request for marriage on the condition that her father lives. Shaddam surrenders, but the Great Houses reject Paul's ascendancy, so he orders the Fremen to attack the orbiting fleet. As Stilgar leads the Fremen onto the captured Sardaukar ships, Jessica and Aaliyah reflect on the beginning of Paul's holy war. Chani refuses to bow to Paul and departs alone on a sandworm. In the book's original story, Paul declares that, "Yet that princess shall have no more of me than my name." This movie has the slightest deviation from the book, but overall aligns with the original Frank Herbert story. We will have to wait to see the third movie for the final ending of Paul Muad'Dib. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please like and subscribe. It helps with the YouTube algorithm.